Hey everyone, and welcome to the announcement of Cities Skylines 2. I can't imagine that these are the first words I'm saying after I moved. And in the background, you can see the trailer, which honestly isn't telling us too much about the brand new game, which is coming 2023. There's unfortunately not that much more information we have right now, but don't stop here. We have a lot to talk about in this video because there are some information out there we will be able to talk about, and also we can grab a certain couple things from the videos, but I think far more important than that is that we do already have creators that did play the early beta of the game 1.5 years ago, which I wasn't one of those, unfortunately. Yeah, maybe I should have played this game more, but no, there are a couple out there, and I watched a couple of these videos. We are going to talk about that in a minute, but first things first, let's quickly set a couple of framings here that for those of you who don't know Cities Skylines, I don't know why would you click on the video anyways, but Cities Skylines 1 has been a major success, and for those of you who forgot, they actually have been in a I wouldn't say fight, but they have been in a little clash at the beginning with the SimCity 5 at that time. I forgot which year that was. Was it 2013? I think it was labeled SimCity 2013, I guess, which received major criticism from the community. And basically that was where the people moved from the SimCity series, which was a huge part of my childhood, into the Cities Skylines series, or I should say into the Cities series, because Cities Skylines is obviously not the first game that Paradox did. There is another one which is called Cities in Motion and so on and so forth, but Cities Skylines, with the huge community behind it, has been a major success. And the reason why this game was such a success is one reason in particular, and that is the community. Now, obviously, and while I'm talking, let's play that trailer once more. Obviously, the community has added a trillion bajillion mods to the game over the course of the last 10-ish years, and that meant that the game received a continuous improvement in terms of quality of life and also in terms of overall city design building. Let's speak about things like Move It and the different node segments you could edit, and obviously traffic management, and obviously, all the other stuff that were with the networks, and I could name a million of these things. And you guys know, obviously, if you've played the game, there were some groundbreaking mods that introduced certain things, and Paradox was really clever in bringing those people on board rather than refusing them or blocking mods or whatever. They actually embraced the mods and brought them into the game. With each DLC, with each update, they brought a new part in the game. And here is me to hope that they continue this philosophy. And this is why I said earlier, it is very important to think about or talk about the fact that there were some creators, well-known creators from the Cities community, that played the game already a year and a half ago in a closed beta. And I think this is super important, because that means they are still listening to the community. And as these creators are, just as we are for Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, we are somewhat the longer arm of the community in a way. At least we do understand ourselves like that, and creators most likely are these type of persons, if you want this or not, but they have a certain knowledge of what their communities complain about in the first place, and they bring this feedback over. So if I play, for example, if I would have played Planet Coaster 2, which unfortunately I haven't, Frontier, hello, then I obviously can give them a lot of feedback, not only my personal feedback, but also the feedback that the community would have wished for, because I read all of your comments, I hear what you guys are complaining about, transfer tracks, and all these kind of things. And you can see here coming 2023, and also you can see down here for PS5, Steam, Xbox X Series, and Game Pass, which is interesting because that means they will bring it out for console right away at the beginning, which is really interesting. Yeah, this is really good. So all in all, what I wanted to say is we have a huge hope that this game is going to be groundbreaking yet again, because they will bring so much of the feedback in. I can say I have not been that hyped since the actual announcement of Planet Zoo, which back in the day I knew a couple days earlier, but this time I just got a WhatsApp message by the lady designer, and I nearly fell out of my car when I was just entering the car. I just read this text message. I was like, oh my goodness me. This is insane, and for so many reasons. And if you guys are into city building games, I hope you are, why would you have clicked on the video otherwise, there is a good chance you will be covered over here. So if you guys want to see more about that and talk about this, please subscribe to the channel, because we are going to do this. The new office will be the perfect place for that. But now let's talk about the screenshots and try to get a couple things out of this. First of all, they are all from the trailer, so there is something in here that we want to talk about. But as I said, this is all, they even labeled that. Let me just bring one up to the screen. There you go. They even labeled this as not actual gameplay. And I mean, if you look at that screenshot over here, you can tell why. But there are a couple of things I need to address, and I think the first one I need to address is a rather important one, and that is weather. It might sound ridiculous, but especially if we go to this one and this one, because that seems to be the exact same region or the exact same area, maybe just a couple meters off, as you can see. This one left, right, yeah, this is the same tower, and obviously this is the same park. We can already tell that there is weather planned, because why would you bring that into a clearly rendered, but obviously a nice trailer? And hence, we can already assume that. And for those of you who don't know, but Cities Skylines actually, at the beginning, didn't have weather implemented. Not, I think rain was maybe in, but definitely not winter. And we got a winter DLC for that. And there was no day and night cycle, which again, we can be pretty sure that they will have it in, simply from the shots in the trailer itself. But then again, we also need to look at this picture over here, which, I mean, construction is a huge part of a city builder. And honestly, I already like the way how Cities Skylines dealt with it, with the, you know, building over time. Obviously, you had some mods for like instant buildings and stuff like that. I really loved how kind of parts of the city that you were basically zoning, how they just kind of developed over time. And I think there's a huge part to bring this in with an even bigger impact to your gameplay experience by just having maybe like a longer time period in a certain challenge mode to build certain areas, you know, that you have to plan it ahead. So maybe just zoning industrial zones earlier because they take longer to build. Stuff like that can be interesting, but I know I am really putting a lot of thought into a rendered picture from a not even actual gameplay trailer. So it's just me rambling about the fact that I'm quite sure they have that in. Looking at this one over here, I think you know, I have no idea how exactly they did the trailer, but you can tell from certain screenshots that the community did, there is already, with like reshade and other insanely great lighting mods, you can already tell how people were able to make screenshots from Cities Skylines, the OG game, that almost looked like real life. So maybe this is closer to what the game will actually look like than we might experience. However, looking at stuff like this, for example, don't expect that ever in a game, maybe not within the next 5 to 10 years. The simple reason for that is this game will again be very heavy on performance of your computer, and that is said by me, even though I have kind of a beastie PC and also other people have a beastie PC, but this is a game that runs solely on a huge amount of individual calculations by the cars, the people, the industry, the construction chains, the good chains, and everything that you have like that is costing a ton of computing power of your CPU. So it's going to be super CPU heavy, and hence you will have to save in other areas, and that most likely is going to be the super detailed intricate graphics of very much zoomed in. But I expect especially improvements in the overall lighting model once you are out of the view. So let's say if you zoom out and you've like in bird's perspective, I do really expect them to go a lot better, a lot more clean, a lot more crisp. We needed mods to make it really look good on higher resolution. I remember that I always played with the resolution mod and put it on 4K to have a good kind of sharp image in full HD, just to, you know, get rid of the, well, mediocre anti-aliasing. So I really hope that they're going to especially improve in the view that you're using mostly, and that is the bird's eye or the you know, third person perspective once you're building. Guys, I can't tell you. I hope you guys get this out of my voice. I am insanely hyped for this game. Unfortunately, I don't have that much more to cover because there simply isn't anything out there. But hear me out. As soon as there is new stuff, I will cover every single bit of it. I will, as soon as possible, reach out to Colossal Order, to a Paradox, or whoever I can talk to. I have some contacts over there. I will now grab my fingers and just slide into their Twitter DMs, I guess, to hopefully give you guys as much info as I can, as soon as I can, and also to cover every single bit of it. I can't wait. Also, I will be at Gamescom this year, and I assume that's my gut feeling tells me, where should you announce a game like that if not at Gamescom? And we all know that Gamescom this year will be a lot bigger than it was last year. Now, as everyone knows, pandemic is over and stuff like that happens again, and you can be sure of that. It's the perfect opportunity to showcase a game like that, and I would love to be able to cover it over there and just bring this to you if that is the spot for them to do. But if it was me, I would plan it for that. Anyways, not to ramble too much, 10-ish minutes gone. I'm super hyped for this game, but now it's your turn. First of all, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm back. My office is set up so far that I can do videos, so expect me giving you some more content. Second, if you want to be here for more of this content, obviously subscribe for that, but also if you're here for Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, we do more of that in the future. But now, just go down to the comments and tell me what is your single most important feature you want to have in Cities Skylines 2 that you did not have in Cities Skylines 1, whether it's being you're on console, did not have the mod, did not buy the DLC, whatever. Please tell me what you want to have in the vanilla game Cities Skylines 2. I'd be so incredibly curious to read what you guys want to have. I have a long list of things which we're going to discuss in the next video. But until then, have a good time. Thank you so much for your attention and stay safe. Goodbye.